And welcome again to Cottage Talk. I am Russ Goldman. This is our full-time show of Fulham's 1-0 victory against Leicester City. Let's just say Fulham hold on, barely hold on, but they hold on and get the massive 3 points and jump to 7th in the league on 28 points. That is the bottom line. The bottom line is they found a way to win. Good teams find ways to win. They hold on in these situations. Leicester City, you could make the argument very strongly that they should have gotten some from this match. They hit the crossbar, some great saves from Leno, but in the end, Fulham did enough to deserve the 1-0 victory because scoreboard, 1-0 to Fulham. They get all 3 points, but as a Fulham fan, your heart had to have been in your throat because they were certainly in mine watching that match. Please feel free to share your comments. I definitely want everyone's comments. I'm going to be doing a very quick full-time show, probably about 15 minutes. So if you're watching live, feel free to share your thoughts, and I could share them live on the show. Just want to mention, as always, please do subscribe on YouTube and Apple Podcasts. It does help other Fulham supporters or supporters from other teams around the world find us. That's the bottom line by subscribing. Please do subscribe. We are live on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Twitter right now. I am. So, like I said, this will be a quick show. I am relieved that Fulham got the victory, but this also shows that they can hold on when they really need to. It was difficult. There's no question about it. It was one-way traffic in the second half, and I wasn't sure if they could pull this off. But Bernd Leno reminded me of some matches with Mark Schwarzer that, you had to ask your goalkeeper to come up big. It's okay to have your goalkeeper win you the match in the end. Yes, Mitro scores a goal, but in the end, I have to give my man of the match. I'm going to do it right now to Bernd Leno. They don't win this match without him. Time and time again, he made massive saves. So for me, it has to be Bernd Leno as your man of the match. But we'll get to that in this quick 15-minute show. Let me see what we have here from some comments. Let's see. Chris Goodwin, 3 more points for Fulham. I'll take it any way you can get it. Chris, thank you very much for that. Brian McCann, after the Mitra booking, it's an absolute must to hold on for all 3 points. Brian, I was actually thinking the same thing because with the Chelsea match coming up, I'm thinking they needed to get all 3 points. It's going to be difficult without Mitro when they play Chelsea, but you know what? They got all 3 points, and that's the bottom line. See what my friend Colm has to share? I thought Mitrovic's yellow was a tad unlucky, in my opinion. I've seen some comments on Twitter about that, but you know what? It is what it is. It's a yellow card. He's now banned for the Chelsea match, which is unfortunate. Let's just leave it there. Let's see what else. We get comments flying in. I'll just keep sharing them. Let's see. Full Mud passport is in date. European tour. Let's go, boys. Okay, I've been about seeing how far they can go to Europe. Let's see if it happens. Let's see what my friend Steve Reynolds has to share. Hard fought 1-0. Leno excelled. Should have taken Mitro off 80 minutes before booking. This is going to be something that we're going to be looking at the manager for. I've seen some comments on Twitter, second guessing Marco that maybe he should have taken Mitro off so he wouldn't have gotten another yellow, but he does get that yellow. Let's see what my friend Wayne has to share. Good evening, Russ. I'd just like to say we are flying 2023. We certainly are. What else we got? Dave Clark, agreed. Leno. Chris Goodwin. Level on points with Liverpool. How rude. Yes, Chris is a Liverpool supporter, but the goal differential is a huge difference. You know that, Chris. And finally, I've got Nick Townsend. Has our luck turned at last? Nick, I actually think it has. Good teams make their own luck. And you could say that they were fortunate here. A great strike hits the crossbar. Some very good saves. But they are entitled to have some luck. But good teams make their own luck. Fulham are a good team. They're not what I would call an average team. They are a good team. Let's see if they become a very good team because they're on their way. They're on that path. But getting 3 points on the road against a team that was battering them in the second half to find a way to win, it's massive. It's huge. And it's a huge confidence builder moving forward for this team because now they know that they can not only get a 1-0 victory, but get a clean sheet and see the match out like that. with rain pouring down on the road, everything really headed towards what it looked like Leicester City getting something from the match, or maybe even more than that. Fulham found a way to win. That is my overall initial reaction. They found a way. And that, to me, we could talk about stats. We could talk about how many opportunities, the performance, and I can do all that. And I will have another show breaking down this match a little bit more. I hoping to do a 5 takeaways, and I'll be a little bit critical if I do a 5 takeaway show. But you know what? Let's just take in this Fulham victory. Let's just do it, because it feels good to be on 28 points, finding a way to win. All right, we got some more comments. I'm just going to keep sharing. This is from Sean Kenny. We need to move on from talk about relegation. Absolutely, Sean. I want to get off of that totally. I'm so sick of that talk. Let's get away from that. See what Stephen McIntosh. We needed Mitro on. We needed the second goal, and also Mitro's tracks back no matter what. But Stephen, that's actually a good point. He gives you 150%. He does. He tracks back. So hindsight is 2020. Could you have taken him off? Yes, you could have taken him off. But you know what? Maybe that hurts them in the long run and in the short run. Maybe they take him off and they score the goal. Just a couple of interesting tidbits from there. So what Colm has to say, another clean sheet. Love it. Another clean sheet. Let's see. Full Nut says, absolutely beautiful, baby. And keep the comments coming. Let's see. My friend Chris Goodwin says, there's only stat that matters. Leicester 0, Fulham 1. Yes, you are right, Chris. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. It's winning the match. It's not how you do it. It's can you do it and do you do it? Fulham did it in this match. And thank you, everyone, joining me live for this quick show of Cottage Talk. I obviously wanted to do a show right after this match, talk about the Fulham victory. I'm just going to go through this fairly quickly, and I'll end with man of the match. I think it's obvious who man of the match is, but I'll get to that in just a few minutes. Let's just start off with some first half analysis. And listen, the first half, Fulham were dominant. They were completely dominant. I thought they were going to win 2 or 3-0. I thought it was only a matter of time before they would get the second or possibly a third goal. Didn't turn out that way. In fact, that goal by Mitros seemed to just jumpstart Leicester City, and then they took off from there. And they were the better side in the second half. They battered Fulham in the second half. But in the first half, like I said, for the first 20, 25 minutes, Fulham were fantastic. And maybe should have scored more than one goal. Maybe they should have scored a couple goals and put this match away earlier on. But that goal by Mitro, great assist from Willian, who continues to just amaze me what he gives Fulham. But Mitro scores to give Fulham the lead, and it was well-deserved. This wasn't a lucky goal. It was well-deserved. They crafted that goal, and they took the lead. Now, I know a talking point from a Leicester City perspective into this match was an injury before the match, and then, of course, during the match, during the first half, some key injuries. But you know what? Good teams make up for that. They bring on players, and you should be able to move on. Listen, Fulham have dealt with injuries. I'm not going to give them a pass because they had injuries. Every team has injuries, but I'm sure we're going to be hearing about that. Does it hurt them? Yes. But you still have to play the match. And listen, to their credit, they gave Fulham everything that they could in the second half. They just couldn't score that equalizer. They just couldn't. They tried, but they just couldn't. And like I mentioned, after the Fulham goal, Leicester City comes into the match, and at times they were dominant, especially in the second half, chance after chance. That's the way it looked like as we talk about the second half, as I analyze that. It started from the get-go. They were just battering Fulham, chance after chance, as I just said. But Bernd Leno just came up big time on Vardy, on Perez, on so many different players. Tielemans. Bernd Leno was the difference in this match. Without him, Fulham don't win, don't get all 3 points. And sometimes you need your goalkeeper, I'm going to use a NHL hockey term, basically, to stand on his head, basically win you a match. And that's what Bernd Leno did today. So huge credit to Bernd Leno for this victory. Listen, it's a team victory, but they don't win this match without Bernd Leno. And I just want to mention, because I just want to save after save. It was just amazing in the end, but they were really holding on. And a couple things that I want to talk about in the second half. We do have to talk about Mitro getting his yellow card, which has him out for the Chelsea match. And that's unfortunate. That was something that was going through my head. But as someone put in the comments section, then you really needed all 3 points. And I tend to agree. So maybe in a way, having him in to help you see that match out probably wasn't the worst idea. But I could see the argument for taking him off so he would be available for the Chelsea match. But I'll take all 3 points here. Thank you. I'll take all 3 points. And he had a hand in it. I don't like some of his dark arts. I don't like him time wasting in the end. Anyone that knows me does not like Mitro's flopping, but Mitro gives you 100%. Tracks back. He does everything to win. Just wish he wouldn't do some of his theatrics. One last thing I want to mention is Fulham had a chance to put this match away at the very end. Harry Wilson, you got to score here. Harry Wilson is one-on-one with a goalkeeper, and he just misses wide. I was screaming when he misses. I thought it went in the back of the net. So this is unfortunate because that would have put the match away. But in the end, if you look at it, yes, did it make it more nervy in stoppage time? It did, but Fulham found a way to see it out. That's the way I look at it. Okay. Coming up next to end the show, I want your man of the match. Okay, to end this abbreviated version of Cottage Talk full-time, we're going to talk about man of the match. I think there can only be one man of the match. It has to be Bernd Leno. He was just incredible in this match. Nothing against Marek Rodak. He is an upgrade. It's times like this that I think Marco Silva really wanted a goalkeeper of the level of Bernd Leno. When you needed to, in some ways, you could look at it, steal a match. He did it. He kept on saving and frustrating Leicester City with his save. So Bernd Leno is my man of the match. And if you're watching live, feel free to share your comments and also your comments on man of the match. Let's see what we have for some comments to end the show. Let's see. Nick Townsend, it's great being above Brentford again. Yes, it certainly is. Let's see what my friend Wayne says. We were all over Leicester in the first half. Yes, we were, Wayne. I definitely mentioned that. We definitely were all over them. Let's see. Chris Goodwin, by the sounds of man of the match should be Leno for preserving your win. Yes, it definitely was, Chris. Definitely was Bernd Leno. Let's see what else we got. Neil Stewart says it all. Leno. Let's see what we got here. Edward Pink. Why was Tosin preferred to Diop tonight? Interesting point, Edward. I'm probably going to mention this when I do my 5 takeaways. I was understanding where he was going on this because I think you needed to give Tosin a chance, but I thought he was exposed on a few occasions, maybe more than a few occasions. And on top of it, I think Tim Ream was exposed. I thought you saw what the game plan was for Leicester City to really take advantage of Ream's lack of pace with Jamie Vardy. It almost came back to bite Fulham. And then same thing with Tosin. I like Issa Diop. I also thought that maybe the fact that he doesn't jump well with the crosses, maybe that was a factor in picking Tosin. But it's an interesting question. Why did he pick Tosin over Diop? And I might address that in my 5 takeaways. Nick Townsend says Leno. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Rob Coleman says Leno, man of the match. Brian McCann, probably for the distance in his clearances. Let's see what we got here. Sean Kennedy, man of the match. Tony Khan, let's give him credit for building this team. That might not be a popular take there, but listen, he has built a very good team, but Marco has a lot to do with the recruitment team, but Tony's a part of it as well. So let's give him credit. I'm not against that, Sean. I just think that some other people might not like the comment, but I understand the comment, and I want to give Tony credit along with you. Max Carlson, Leno. Let's see what else we got. Finally, we'll end with Colin Bugle, man of the match. Some bloke called Bernd Leno. Yes, it's Bernd Leno. And he was fantastic in this match. And Boy, I am completely exhausted from watching this. I don't know if everyone feels the same way I do, but that was tiring watching. And well worth it in the end. But as I said at the beginning of this quick show, my heart was in my mouth watching that match, but it's worth it. They got all 3 points and they are on 28 points. And the only thing that separates them and Liverpool, yes, Chris Goodwin, is goal differential. It's a huge goal differential, but that is the only thing that does separate the two sides. We do have a couple more comments. Let's see. This is from Rob. It was exhausting. Absolutely. Combe backs that up too. I'm telling you, that was exhausting. I'm just going to keep the comments coming. This is from Nick Townsend. Anyone see Diop give up when Che Adams got through? Was that why he was dropped? I don't know why he was dropped, honestly. I thought maybe it had something to do with the fact that he's not good in the air. I don't know if maybe that was the thinking of Marco or to give Tosin a chance. It's actually a very good topic. And like I said, I might have to mention that in my next show. Let's see. And I'll go to Brian for our final comment. TK has taken a pacing. Whichever approach he has taken this season has worked. Now he deserves credit. Brian, very well said comment. Good point by you. And I'm glad that you shared it. I'm glad the other person who sent a comment talked about Tony Khan because he deserves credit. If we're going to be negative on him with his faults, we should praise him and praise the team and the recruitment team when they do well, and they have done well. Let's see what Wayne Waldman has to say. I keep wanting to end the show, but people keep commenting. Bring on Chelsea. We will win again 2-1. Let's see from Combe. Tosin is quicker than Diop with Vardy in their team. That might quite possibly be. Who knows? I'm not sure. We might not know. Okay. Great to do this show right after a massive Fulham victory. But I am going to wrap this up. Before I go, I just want to mention one last time, please do subscribe on YouTube and Apple Podcasts. It does help other Fulham supporters find us. And we will have many, many shows for this upcoming year. I've already said it. You're going to see more shows from Cottage Talk. I hope you enjoyed. They're going to be different types of shows. And I'm just going to keep giving you content. I want to give you more and more content. And I was fortunate enough that I could do this full-time show for you tonight. But I am going to wrap this up. My name is Russ Goldman. Thank you, as always, for watching and listening to Cottage Talk, now part of the talkSPORT Fan Network.